Happy hump day. We have 26 good hitter matchups and a full 15 game slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and it is hump day, baby. That's right. And we have a Dinger Tuesday winner, and we had quite the battle there, too. But we'll talk about that in just a second. Yesterday freaking sucked again. It did. We started out 1-0 and then went 1-3. Luckily, half unit bets means we don't lose much on the day, but still, you know how I feel about this, but it will turn around. I am very confident, and we have a long season to go, but I appreciate all the positive comments, by the way. It is incredible how awesome this community is. I mean, there were barely any negative comments, even though I have just been absolutely sucking the last few days. So I appreciate all of you and the support. I know you guys get a lot out of these videos, so I do appreciate it. Just want to let you know. But we have a Dinger Tuesday winner. Here we go. This might be the highest odds we've had, but congrats to at David Tokarski 9239, Mr. George Springer at plus 750. That was an awesome win, but let me just say who he beat out. Someone had Connor Norby at plus 700, and he still didn't win. Someone had Brandon Lowe at plus 650, and he didn't win. There were all the way. By the way, there was someone else that mentioned George Springer, but it wasn't an official pick. It was out too late, and so just want to let you know that was not a winner. But congrats, David Tokarski. Reach out, Discord, Twitter, here, wherever. We'll get you that money. So tomorrow's game 1 of the NBA Finals. I'm jacked up, ready to go. Giving you that series preview, maybe a best bet for the series, and then also game 1 best bets as well. So I'm ready for some NBA, but we have a full 15 game slate, so let's get right into it, and a lot of research help to get into. So the baseball fun fact, it starts us out for today. Here we go. It's a simple one. Ted Williams hit over 400 in 1941 and did not win the MVP. That's crazy. And in case you want to know who did, Joe DiMaggio in the AL and Dolph Camilli in the NL. Obviously, Dolph, short for Dolphin probably. I have no idea. But anyways, that's our baseball fun fact. In this video, yesterday's recap, and then we're going to go over the good hitter matchups, the good pitcher strikeout matchups. Usually I have the hitters on fire. I just ran out of time, but I will have that on Thursday, I promise you. So just to let you know, it's moved back one day. So, and then we're going to have that full pitcher report and then give you the best bets as well as the bets recap and the hitter parlay ideas, any leans, all that kind of good stuff at the end. So hit that like button, leave a comment below. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the support. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 26,000 subscribers. Absolutely awesome. So here we go. It starts with the recap. All right, here it is. Another disappointing day. Half unit plays across the board, though, but Tovar and Profar. Hey, I didn't even know that rhyme when I did it, but 1+ hit each. Tovar was a part of a Frankie Montas experience that got me 2 losses today. Frankie Montas, a no-hitter through 6 innings. Guys, if there's any sign where MLB is absolutely insane, it's Frankie Montas in Coors Field with incredible weather throwing a no-hitter through 6 innings. That's why I lost bet 1 and bet 3 because Tovar, he did have another chance, went 0 for 5. He had another chance late in the game, did not get it done. He looked horrendous in some of his at-bats. His first one, swung at a pitch that bounced to the plate and struck out on a pitch above his eyes. I don't even know what he did last night. Maybe no sleep, but that sucked. Profar got a hit, but who cares? But anyways, the easy win. Yankees minus half run in the first 5. I got to start looking at Yankees. They are just dominating right now. That was a very easy winner. I thought we were on our way to a great day, and then we weren't. And I already went over bet 3. Montas, just an absolute Cy Young Award candidate. I think it was his best performance of his entire career. And then Padres money line tied 1-1, could not get runners in base multiple times, and then the bullpen blows it. They lose 4-2, and the Angels win back-to-back games at home. I think for the first time this year, maybe the second. It is what it is. But again, half unit plays. I'm going to do half unit plays again. That's for me. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still going to give you my best plays. Half units because I got to get back on track, and I know we will. But I'm not going to be in this cold and in this rut and giving you out big 1.5 unit type plays. So that's the bets recap for yesterday. It's time to freaking turn this around. Those are your overall record. We got a big hole to dig out of, but I'm confident we can. So let's now get to the good hitter matchups. Like I mentioned earlier, we have 26 good hitter matchups. If you are someone that likes to bet hitters, this is the day. I'm telling you right now, we've never had more than this all season. And we got some incredible ones. First of all, it's the Mets show up above. I mean, they have had a ton of at-bats versus Patrick Corbin, and there's all their numbers. They're hitting around 300, a little over 300, so it's not like they're lights out or anything. Corbin's been decent the last few starts. I'm just gonna say that. It's bizarre, but we have some incredible stats here, guys. I mean, Jose Ramirez, 10 for 23 down there against Brady Singer. And then we got Mr. Marcell Ozuna, our boy, 8 for 26, 6 extra base hits. And oh, by the way, all of those were bombs. He has 6 home runs versus Nick Pivetta. It was just, I was shaking my head doing this. This is just absolutely wild. But I don't think anything's better than the top right. Mr. Adley Rutschman, 12 for 19 with 5 extra base hits and 3 home runs versus Jose Barrios. That's insane. That's just absolutely crazy. And then we go to more Cleveland Guardians against Brady Singer. Stephen Kwan, 7 for 18. Will Brennan, 6 for 10. It just goes on and on. Orlando Arcia down there on the right, bottom right, 6 for 7 with a couple home runs versus Nick Pivetta. So on and so on. I mean, this is just wild. There is lots of hitters out there today with good matchups. So that is page 1. And for the first time this year, let's check out page 2 of the good hitter matchups. And of course, it goes in order of most at bats to less. So this is only 6 and 7 at bats. But you see the man Juan Soto down there, 3 for 6 with 2 home runs versus Chris Paddock. And then we got some 4 for 7s up there with Jake Fraley and Bo Naylor as well to be another Guardian against Brady Singer. So hopefully this helps you get some winners one way or the other. I feel like we just need to do like 5 hitter parlays today or something. But those are the hitter matchups. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today. These are all pretty good matchups. I wouldn't say they're elite. We've had some really elite matchups, and if you tailed any yesterday, last now went over. I think Jack Flaherty left an injury. I don't know if he was on there. I don't remember exactly, but I know we hit at least one. But Nick Pivetta versus the Braves. Braves 11th highest K percentage versus righties last 3 weeks. Pivetta 42 Ks in 35.1 innings. But on this one, he has been inconsistent. And some of you guys say, well, if he's been inconsistent, why you put it up here? Guys, it's still a good matchup, and I'm here to give you all the info, not to just prove to you why you should bet him. That's not the goal of this at all. In his last 7 starts, 9-3, 8-8, 1-3, and 10 Ks. That's how inconsistent. But he's at home here. 32.8% K rate at home compared to 27.8% on the road. But he only had 1 K earlier versus Atlanta this season. But Atlanta, no Ronald Acuna. They have been struggling a little bit more on offense. So, second one, Dylan Cease at the LA Angels. I hate this series. I'm mad at game 2 already. But Angels, 15th highest K percentage versus righties last 3 weeks, 25.2%. So, usually I wouldn't include this. But they have the 4th highest K percentage at home since May 1st versus righties at 26.1. So, I just want to include that. Cease, 87 Ks in 71 innings. He's an elite strikeout pitcher. 8+ Ks in 4 of his last 6 starts at 32.1% K rate on the road compared to 29.2 at home. He is on the road here. So those are the first 2. Let's take a look at the final one now. And we got my Seattle Mariner, Logan Gilbert, the man with 2 first names at Oakland A's. Oakland, the highest strikeout percentage in the MLB in the last 3 weeks versus righties at almost 28%. Gilbert, 71 Ks and 76.2 innings. His Ks have gone down in the last 4 or 5 starts, but there's a reason for it. As you see right there, he's had some tough opponents. Houston, Washington, Yankees, and the Royals. 4 teams that just do not strike out a lot. I mean, Nationals have been striking out a little bit more this year than last year, but still, those are really tough matchups. So possible buy low spot here for Mr. Gilbert. So those are the 3 best pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups for you today, and we got some interesting matchups. First, we got a battle of the Jordans. Jordan Hicks versus Jordan Montgomery, and Montgomery has been awful this year to start the season. Late start and just hasn't been missing many bats, giving up a ton of hits. Jordan Hicks, on the other hand, has been good, due for a little negative regression. Still been pretty solid though. Down there on the right, on the bottom, how about Mr. Paul Skeens versus the LA Dodgers? Now, the Dodgers have been awful offensively. Let's just face it. They just have been struggling. They just got shut out yesterday against the Pirates. Skeens could do some damage here. 35.7% K rate. You guys know all about him. He is just going to be one of the best pitchers in the league in no time. But that's going to be an interesting matchup to see there. And then Ronel Blanco versus Miles Mikolas. Blanco's been good this year, but was not as good last start because obviously I bet him. So that's obvious. But like I said, Patrick Corbin's been better the last 2, 3, 4 starts. He does have around a 5 expected ERA. For him, that's not too bad. I'm not going to lie. Going up against Luis Severino, who's been pretty solid this year as well, other than the walks, that's for sure. But anyways, those are the rest of the matchups. No pitcher yet for the Brewers, going up against Aaron Nola, who's always been pretty solid. And then Singer. We know a lot of Guardians hitters can hit him, and Singer is due for some negative regression, 4.13 expected ERA. So those are the first 8 matchups. Take a screenshot, get some winners any way possible, or at least helps this just kind of starts your betting day. And let's check out page 2 now. All right, far and away the highest strikeout pitcher here on this page is Dylan Cease, 30.9% K rate. Nobody else really above like 23, 24% down there. Logan Gilbert. But we got some interesting matchups. Eric Fetty's been pretty solid for the White Sox. Going up against Jameson Taillon of the Cubs. He's been okay. He hasn't looked as good, not missing as many bats either. But Suarez versus Jose Barrios, we will talk about that matchup later. And then we got Eflin up there who just, 1.6% walk rate. That's just absolutely insane. I'm going to guess his walk line is going to be a half for this game. But other than that, we got some decent matchups, but we have one matchup where I think there could be a lot of runs. Kenta Maeda versus Jose Urania, that Detroit Tigers-Texas game. Those are not good pitchers, guys. Together, they make a 32.8% K rate. If you just add those two together, it means nothing. I'm just kind of making a joke about it, but it's pretty much around Dylan Cease. They do not miss many bats, and they give up a ton of hits. But again, the Rangers offense has been struggling too. They just got shut out or scored one run yesterday as well. So anyways, that's the pitcher report for June 5th. Take a screenshot of this one and go get some winners. And speaking of those winners, it's time for the bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet. The best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description. Go sign up now because you use the promo code JABO. That's JABO. You get 30 days free plus a 7-day free trial. And this is also brought to you by ICan'tBuyAWin.com. So here we go. This first one takes us out to Canada. We got the Blue Jays hosting the Baltimore Orioles. Jays on the money line minus 136. Orioles money line plus 116 with an over-under with a total of 8.5 runs. Before I give you this best bet, I'm going to tell you I never win a bet on this team. Ever. They hate me. Last year was terrible. This year's terrible. I'm just a sucker. I don't know what it is. Give me the Orioles on the freaking money line. Hopefully they come through for me. Plus 116 on FanDuel. Again, like I said, every play for me right now till I get back on track is a half unit. Now, Orioles are scorching hot. They just are. If you haven't watched them, they have been scorching hot again. They've been playing like we all thought they would, and I'm getting plus money for this. So we got Albert Suarez versus Jose Barrios. I know some of you Blue Jay fans are going to think I just hate Barrios. I'm going to fade him, blah, blah, blah. It's not all about that. So Albert Suarez, he's been good for the Orioles this season, actually. He's been a combo kind of coming out of the pen and starting. He has 5 actual starts this season. In those 5 starts, he's given up 0, 0, 4 to the A's, go figure, 0, and 1 earned run. That's right, 1 or less earned runs in 4 of his 5 starts, 20 hits given up in 24.1 innings. He's been limiting some hard contact. He's got some nasty pitches. He's actually a pretty decent pitcher. I think he can hold his own here versus a struggling Jays offense. They've been a little bit better in the last few weeks, but there's still not an offense that scares me. And just a quick side note, Jays need to break this up. This is just not working for the last 3 years. This is not a team that's going to be competing for a title. Guys are not living up to the hype. Just me saying that. But anyways, I did think they were going to be better. But they've scored the 16th most runs since May 1st. So, so average. It is what it is. And then Jose Barrios. I've talked about him many times before. He is not as good as his 2.79 ERA. I'm not sitting here saying he's a bad pitcher. There's a reason he has an expected ERA over 4, though. He does not miss a lot of bats. He has a below-average K rate. He's given up 6 or more hits now in 4 of his last 5 starts. And by the way, his last 3 starts have been against the Pirates, Tigers, and White Sox offense. 3 terrible teams. 6 hits, 7 hits, and 8 hits. And in those 8 hits, he gave up 3 earned runs to the White Sox. I was actually on that game tailing the White Sox. We lost because the White Sox gave up a lot of runs. But other than that, he's a very hittable pitcher. This offense he's about to face is nowhere near any of those 3. This Orioles offense, like I said, they're just scorching hot. The 3rd best WRC plus and OPS since May 1st. They have scored 17 runs already in the first 2 games of this series, outscoring the Jays 17-3. Does that always lead to Game 3 win? No, absolutely not. And it's obviously hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, but I think with plus money, we're getting the much better offense. That's a no-brainer. And I don't think this starting pitcher matchup is that big of a mismatch as some people might think just by looking at the name. So give me the plus money. Give me the Orioles on the money line as my first best bet. All right, this second game takes us back out to the Bronx. We got the New York Yankees hosting the Minnesota Twinkies. Yankees money line minus 185. Twins on the money line plus 154 with a total of 8.5 runs. Rinse and repeat just like we did yesterday. Our only win, Yankees minus a half a run in the first 5 innings is my best bet of the day. Or of this game, sorry, minus 122 on FanDuel. Again, another half unit play because that's what I'm doing today. So this is another big starting pitcher advantage here. We got Carlos Rodon versus Chris Paddock. So Rodon giving up 2 or less earned runs now on 4 of his last 5 starts. In his last start, when he faced the Angels, which I actually watched that game, he gave up 3 runs to the Angels, but only on 3 hits. So they got lucky. But he's been pretty steady for the Yankees. Let's be honest. He's starting to find his form a little bit. Not quite the strikeout form that he had a couple years ago, but he's still in good form, especially at home. He has a 2.13 ERA at home in 25.1 innings. He's facing the Twins, who had pretty much all the metrics since May 1st. They are a bottom 10 offense versus lefties. I think he limits runs here. His earned runs prop, if you look at that, it's juiced to the under at 2.5 for a reason. They don't think he's going to give up more than 2 runs, so I like it. But this is why I really like the bet. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I almost went with the Yankees team total over 4.5. Almost went with their team total over 2.5 in the first 5. There's so many ways I wanted to just attack the Yankees here. But Chris Paddock is on the mound for the Twinkies. He's not very good, guys. He's been okay lately, but he faced the Yanks earlier this season. He gave up a whopping 12 hits in 5 earned runs. Since then, he still gave up, since that start, he's been okay, but he gave up 4 earned runs in his last start. He's now facing, as we all know, the number 1 offense in all of baseball. Paddock's not a guy who's going to miss a ton of at-bats or a ton of bats. This Yankees lineup is just absolutely rolling up and down the lineup. The Yanks have a big starting pitcher advantage here, a big offensive advantage, and all I need them to do is be in the lead after 5 innings. I almost went -1.5 on the run line as well, but then I expect them to have 8 innings compared to the Twins' 9, so I'll just take bullpens out of it, but I do think they win easily here. But give me the Yankees -0.5 a run in the first 5 innings. That's my second best bet. I got 4 of them for you today. That's right. They're all going to be half unit, but I absolutely love them. So let's move on to bet number 3. All right, bet number 3 takes us out to Miami. We got the Marlins hosting the Rays in a must-watch game here. Rays moneyline -125. Marlins on the moneyline +105 with a total of 7.5 runs. Guys, this bet, I'm not going to say it's just a fun bet, but it's nearing that. And by fun, I mean really, really sweaty, because there will not be a bet that you place that will be sweatier than this one. Zach Eflin, under a half a walk, at +130 on DraftKings. I thought about just doing a quarter unit on it, but Ryan laughed at me, so we're going to do a half unit on this one. But this is, guys, you're going to be sweating every at-bat. That's just what it is. So, but let's have some fun, and let's see if we can get a plus money winner. So he is coming back from injury. I'm not expecting more than like 60 to 65, maybe 70 pitches here, which is also huge because he's not going to be stretched out to 90 or 100. His walk rate is 1.6%. I will repeat, it is 1.6% higher than our walk rate. It's absolutely ridiculous. He has not walked a batter in his last 4 starts. That's over 23.2 innings, and he's facing the Marlins. No team in the MLB has walked less than the Miami Marlins since May 1st. We all know they like to swing early in counts, like we've taken over outs props on pitchers. They're dead last in walk rate at 6.2%. We're getting plus money on a guy who will not throw a ton of pitches, hasn't walked a guy in over 23 innings, and is facing the best matchup possible for under walks prop. Let's take a chance. I don't know what else to say on analysis here, guys. I just don't want him to throw 4 balls to a hitter. That's all I got for you. But obviously, it just takes 4 balls. It takes 1 bad call by the umpire, something like that, to get to lose this bet. It's something I'm going to put a half unit on it. Let's see if we can get a nice, quick, easy winner. But that is my 3rd best bet. And now let's move to bet number 4. All right, this 4th one takes us out to Houston, Texas. We got the Astros hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. Astros moneyline -170, Cardinals on the moneyline +142 with a total of 8.5 runs. I got a pitcher prop for you. Give me Miles Mikolas over 2.5 earned runs allowed at -130 on DraftKings. Let's just talk about this real quick. He's facing the Astros. So Mikolas has gone over this in 8 of 12 starts this season and 5 of his last 6 starts. So that's one thing, first of all. But opposing right-handed pitchers in Houston, when they go to Houston and throw, they've given up 3+ earned runs in 9 of the last 13 games. So that's a good hit rate there. Astros are hitting righties really well since May 1st. Top 5 in WRC+, batting average, OPS, etc., etc. And then what else I like about this one is Palante, the guy who threw yesterday for the Cardinals. He only went 3 innings, so they used a lot of bullpen. They are going to want Mikolas to go farther. He's going to have a long leash, which obviously just means more chances to score off of him. And also, Mikolas's control has been a little bit off compared to the usual. 7 walks in his last 4 starts. So I just like this Houston offense. I think they're going to get to him. Even if he throws 6 innings, 3 runs, which is a decent outing for Mikolas, we still cash this. We just need 3 earned runs out of the Astros. So that is my 4th and final best bet. That's right. I got 4 bets. I absolutely love this slate. I am going to be adding a hitter parlay, possibly two. I know it's wild, but when there's a slate you love like this, you just got to take advantage of it. But all the props are not out yet, so instead, of course, I'm going to give you hitter parlay ideas. I am trying to give you as much info as humanly possible in this video. So here we go. Hitter parlay ideas. Let's start out with the man. This guy, Marcell Ozuna, 1+ hit. He is absolutely legendary. He's just the man. He's 8 for 26 with 6 home runs off of Nick Pivetta. He's hitting 313 on the season. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. Great weather, great hitting environment, high total in that game for a reason in Fenway Park. Pivetta just giving up just under a hit per inning. I love Marcell Ozuna again to get another hit. Adley Rutschman. I mean, did you not see the hitter matchups? He's 12 for 19 off Berrios. That doesn't even make sense at all. He's also hitting 301 on the year. Also in good form, hitting on an 8-game hitting streak, 1+ hit in 11 of his last 12 games. And then this next one, we got two of them for you on the same team. But Jose Ramirez, he is 10 for freaking 23 off Brady. I should have been a singer. He's 1+ hit in 16 of his last 19 games. I would not limit to only him. There's Andres Jimenez as well, but I also like on this list Steven Kwan. 1+ hit in 11 of his last 13. Now he's back from injury. 7 for 18 off Mr. Singer. Another great matchup. I think the Guardians get to him here today. And then the fifth one, Corey Seager, 1+ hit in 16 of his last 17 games. He's facing a very bad Kenta Maeda. He has given up 45 hits in 40.1 innings. He only has 30 strikeouts, 6.25 ERA. We know Maeda is just not a good pitcher. Seager, how about 2+ bases in 11 of his 14? I honestly, as an option for a hitter prop tomorrow, I still may add Corey Seager over 1.5 bases as a best bet. It is an option. It's there. He's just lights out right now. He's got a great matchup. He can do it in one swing of the bat, obviously. So that's my fifth one. Now my sixth one, Aaron Judge. Duh. Chris Paddock, not very good. We just talked about it. Judge now has 2+ hits in 4 straight games. 1+ hit in 11 of his last 12. He's an absolute monster. Just an absolute beast. Over 1.5 bases if you want to do that. He's been doing that constantly as well. I think like 15 of his last 22 or something crazy like that. But I like Aaron Judge. Obviously, you could add Juan Soto to that too. But those are my 6 good hitter parlay ideas, and there's probably more out there. But that's as much info as I can get to you tonight. But hopefully that helps you guys get some winners as well. Again, I'm going to be adding some hitter props, whether it's over bases, hitter parlays, things like that in the morning. So thank you for listening to me rant. That was a lot of fun. But now let's check out the recap. All right, we got a big day today. We got the Orioles on the money line and plus money. Yankees -0.5 run in the first 5 innings. Zach Eflin under a half a walk at +130. And then Miles and Miles and Miles of Mikolas over 2.5 earned runs allowed at -130. All these plays are a half unit. And if you're new to the channel and you're wondering why I'm putting a half unit on everything, it's because I've sucked the last couple days and I want to get back on track. And then I absolutely love this slate. So again, 1 or 2 hitter parlays probably out in the morning. I gave you guys all those ideas as well. But let's get after it. We are due for a good day. We need one great day to spark a hot run. I'm feeling it. And let's talk some positive vibes in the comments. Let's get it going. So thank you guys for following along, whether I'm hot or cold or whatever it is. I know there's a lot of info out there to help you guys out. But hope you have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.